From the bulky Dark Knight version of the Batfleck to the first ever live-action adaptation of the Caped Crusader, there are multiple Batmen in DC's next project, The Flash. And today, we're looking at all of them. And first things first, Batfleck is back. Yep, that's right. Zack Snyder's version of the character is going to survive under the new leadership at DC Studios. It won't be for very long though, but for now, Ben Affleck can be seen in the new trailer for The Flash. The badass iteration of Batman was one of the best things about the Snyderverse. He gave off the classic vibes of the older Bat in the Dark Knight series.
No. The theory is that the Russian will lead me to the man himself.
You know, the one who was pretty much done with everything and had no interest in playing nice anymore. Not that Batman ever really played nice, but this one was much darker than usual. This is huge if you're a Batfleck fan like me.
If I can't undo what I did...
It's the play! Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It means that James Gunn and co. are going to be sending out the fan-favorite version in style. They pretty much announced that they're going to be letting go of a lot of actors. That makes sense as well, because they'll be wanting to bring in fresh, younger faces that can play their roles for longer.
Barry Allen. Bruce Wayne.
It's not.
This includes Affleck's Batman, Henry Cavill's Superman, and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. As sad as I am to see these guys walking away from characters, which frankly, they were perfect to play, it'll be good to know that DC just didn't toss them out. Instead, they tried giving fans some fond last memories with them.
You're the Batman?
So you're fast.
You said that like it explains why there's a total stranger in my place.
I'll try to keep up.
Can I keep this?
Of course, Gunn is looking to hire someone else to don the cape and the cowl, but I can't tell you who that's going to be right now. But what I can tell you is that there's another Batman in the new Flash movie, and this version is probably the main Batman of the film, played by none other than Michael Keaton. Oh yes, Keaton is coming back to reprise his role after more than 30 years.
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
He first appeared in Batman in 1989, followed by Batman Returns in 1992, and was probably the best adaptation of The Dark Knight from the 90s. Let's be honest, the other versions were just bad. Anyway, Keaton has been shown as the Batman Ezra Miller's Flash is going to turn to in the movie, as he'll be the guiding hand for the young Barry Allen, and will help him restore the world as it was. But this was kind of coming. There were rumors since the past couple of years that Keaton might be returning to the Batcave, but I honestly thought he'd be back as Bruce Wayne for Terry McGinnis. You know, the guy who replaces Bruce as the Caped Crusader in the Batman of the Future series? That doesn't seem to be the case for now, but I'm not writing this theory off. Now, Affleck and Keaton were pretty visible in the trailer, so most people knew they were coming back.
Are you in?
But there's one other version that you might have missed, Christopher Nolan's. That's right, guys, Christian Bale might be coming back as well. You can see someone riding a Batcycle in the trailer, and it does look like the Batman, but you can't tell for sure which one it is. But that Batcycle looks suspiciously like the one that we saw in Nolan's trilogy. If it's true, this could be huge for the studio, and it seems that it's going to be more than likely the case. It would have been easier for DC to rope in Bale after Keaton agreed too. Plus, fans would really want to erase the memory of Thor: Love and Thunder and Bale's role in it. To be honest, it'll do the studio good to bring in the most successful protector of Gotham back. He's still the highest rated Batman of all time, and he's still in great shape to play the Caped Crusader once again. He really did look good in that costume, unlike George Clooney, who had a wardrobe malfunction throughout the Batman and Robin movie in 1997. You guys know what I'm talking about. But he too has been rumored to be featured in The Flash. Nothing is certain about this one for sure though, because previously Clooney was linked to the upcoming The Brave and the Bold, which is another of the projects the DCEU is working on that's going to have Batman and Robin. And not just any Robin, it's going to be the youngest, most hot-headed one, Damian Wayne. Yep, Bruce's son with Talia al Ghul. You know, the one raised by Ra's al Ghul himself. But James Gunn stepped in to nip those rumors in the bud. He confirmed that the Batman for that project is going to be a lot younger than Clooney. But he didn't say anything about him being or not being in The Flash. Guess we'll have to wait for this one, but I wouldn't bet on it. Clooney's Batman is better left forgotten as it was, and it only got some traction for the wrong reasons, much like Val Kilmer's version. Alright, so there wasn't anything particularly bad with Kilmer's portrayal of the Dark Knight, but the Batman Forever movie got popular for all the infamous feud. You know, the one between Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones? The Oscar-winning Two-Face actor just hated Carrey. The two never got along, and it didn't help when they had to work closely together. Anyway, it's unlikely that Kilmer is going to return as Batman. He was diagnosed with throat cancer and has been fighting it since 2015. But he did make a brief appearance in Top Gun Maverick last year, so it's possible that he might pop up in The Flash as well. That'll be really good too, because it might give the fans a little emotional moment as a farewell to one of the most amazingly talented actors to wear the cape. But he won't be the only one getting a farewell. Adam West might also be getting one. The OG Batman, the guy who led the path for live-action superhero movies. Now, of course, West has long since passed away, so he won't be returning to take up that role once again. Not himself anyway. But there are rumors that The Flash might contain some sort of legacy cameo, some archival footage, or some voiceover from him from his past appearances as the Cape Crusader. He could be the blast from the past as the movie explores the future and alternate timelines. So far, I really loved everything I've seen in the trailers. They are really bringing the Flashpoint paradox to life. I mean, that was just one of my favorite animated DC movies.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe.
Flash, trying to save his mom, rips the timeline apart, and in doing so, he transports himself to an alternate timeline, where his mother is alive, but the world has gone to waste almost. Obviously, there are some major differences between the animated masterpiece to what is shown in DC's latest movie, like the Atlanteans and Amazonians aren't going to war. Instead, General Zod is trying to conquer Earth, and there's no Superman to stop him.
Zod,
We've been waiting for you.
But much like the captured and experimented on Kal-El, a much weakened version of Superman, we got Kara Zor-El, who's Clark's cousin in the comics. But here, she's the one who has been captured and experimented on.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry. Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
One thing I'd have loved to see would have been Thomas Wayne's Batman from Flashpoint Paradox. In that timeline, Bruce is killed and his father becomes the Dark Knight. This is a much darker version of Batman who has no regard for human life and shoots to kill, literally.
How many people are on this special fight team?
3.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
And those are all the Batman that you're probably going to see in the upcoming Flash movie in June.